All right, Warrior fans and surrounding areas. It's Monday afternoon, getting towards the evening, and that means we're going to talk Toloso Midway Warrior football. We do that every Monday now. We do have Coach Vireo that comes on Wednesday for his show, but on Mondays we talk to the players. Coach has allowed me to talk to his players. So every Monday afternoon during the football season, we'll get two players. Coach picks the players, and they'll come out. And we'll talk a little bit of TM football. Can't keep them very long, maybe a couple of questions there because they got to get back out to the field to practice. But today, we're going to talk defense, TM defense, and we've got two defensive guys here. The first one is Maddox, Deleon. Maddox, how you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you. How you
Yes,
doing?
I'm doing great, and thank you for coming out, spending a few minutes here with us here on the TM, the Warriors Player Podcast is number two, and then next to him is his teammate, another kid that plays on the defense, and that's Shawn Burdick Jr. Shawn, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great, guys. So thank you for spending some time here with me to talk a little bit of TM defense, man. And the first question I'm going to ask you guys is, Maddox, I'm going to go to you first. Just, kind of tell the fans, the community area, your jersey number and what position do you play for TM?
I'm number 11, and I play free safety.
Free safety. There you go, number 11. And we ask this that way when people come out, they see this, they'll be able to put the name with the jersey number. Shawn, your jersey number, what position do you play?
I play number 84, play DN and DT.
There you go. So these are the guys. These are got the defense, and going to talk a little bit of defense here. Questions for you, Maddox. I'll go to you first. You guys are off to a great start here, man. It's like you're 2-0, probably giving up like 43 or 44 points, something like that in two games. So probably not wanting to give up that many, but I've always thought that the TM defense for the last 4 or 5 years that I've been watching have always been really good. The offense is now starting to come around. But talk a little bit. I want to get both of y'all's thoughts on the two games that you played here, the two Corpus schools. How do you think your defense has fared against these Corpus schools?
Well, I haven't really been able to play yet because I'm suffering with a little injury, but I'll be back this week. But I think, like, speaking from the sideline that I'm watching, I think we got a lot to improve on, and I just think that everybody's committed to the goal to we don't want no points on us, like our defense, like we're sworn, like we don't want no points scored on us. So I think us just reaching towards that goal to not have any points scored on us, I think that's what's driving us to through the season.
Yeah, and you talked about the injury. So is it that you haven't played yet, or you didn't play this last game, but you'll be coming back this week?
Yeah, I haven't played these last two games, but I'll be back this week.
Well, that'll be good. That'll be good, man, because we need all the starters, whoever, can get out there. Coach kind of talks a little bit about going both ways, and I'll get your thoughts on that. Shawn, I'll ask you the same thing. So you guys have, two games. I think it's been very impressive. I saw this last game. I thought some of and I don't want to take away from the other team's offense because when you score, you score. But it looked like there was maybe some things, big plays that we gave up that ordinarily, if we don't give it up, it's a blowout, right? So I want you to kind of talk about the games. How do you feel the defense is playing here the first two weeks of the season?
Well, we've been playing good, but like there's like mistakes in there, like little mistakes that can be fixed, which cause those big plays. Like if you think about it, like when we played Moody, we couldn't get lined up to freaking tackle over. So like they just kept running it up in certain gaps. So like they get those big plays and then they score. And then with Ray, the D line, I'm not like one siding it, but like D line, we did our jobs. But like there was like sometimes where like freaking our DNs didn't want to crash down to get the sack, or two inside guys are going up, and then it's put in trouble on our secondary. But like if we fix those little mistakes, we would be good. We'd be perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. And Coach Ferriel talks about, it's a young group that, some of the defensive guys from last year aren't there. So there's a lot of new faces there, and it's going to take some time. That's why we do the scrimmages in the non-district, right, to get all these corrected. Shawn, I want to talk about you because, Coach sends me the stats. And in week one, I talked to Coach. I don't know if you watched the show about him. And Shawn Burdick, man, he had 9 tackles, a tackle for loss. You had a big game. I haven't seen the stats yet for week 2, but week 1 against that slot, you were kind of killing it, man. The offense is probably like, how we gonna block this guy? You had a big game. Talk a little bit. Let's go back to week 1 and talk about what were you seeing? How were you so effective against that slot in week 1?
just really doing your job. That tight end, like Coach V, like the practice, all he said, if you blow up the tight end, you're gonna make plays. And then they mostly ran the play into the seven gap, the C tip. Oh Lord, the C gap. So like when you're there, you just gotta stand your ground. But like I did mess up a few. Like I came too high, and then 27 ran me over. It was bad. I can't wait too high. And then freaking on the sack, not paying attention before I could have got a second sack. Wasn't paying attention, crack back me. It's just you just really gotta do your job the whole time.
Yeah, and look, coach has talked a lot too about going both ways. How do you guys feel, Maddox? I'll go to you about players. You know, coach says, look, you know, the best players, you know, they got to play both ways. I mean, if we need you on defense, we need you on defense. If we got to go to offense, it's a mentality of look, we do what we got to do to win the game, right? That's what counts. So, what are your thoughts of you know, because we're a bigger school, right? We're not a small 3A, but what's your thoughts on you know when you hear a coach say, hey, look, man, you know, if you got to play both ways, your number's called. It's called. How are you guys staying in shape? And your thoughts just on going both ways if your number's called?
I think it's just like the mentality of like, okay, we need like the best 11 guys on offense, the best 11 guys on defense, and just me knowing, all right, I got to be on the field, or like we're not going to be as good as we can be. You know, like I feel like our team just has to be 100% on both ways, and I feel like if I'm not on offense, then I feel like we're not 100%. If that
Yeah.
makes sense.
No, it does. It does. It always makes sense to me, you know, if you got to go both ways, you got to go both ways. Shawn, what do you do to stay in shape? I mean, I don't know if you go both ways, but you never know when your number is going to be called, right? I mean, you got to go,
Yes.
you got to go. How do you guys stay in shape? Because you know that, you know, Coach Burdick's saying, hey, look, if you got to go, you got to go. We're going to play our best 11 on D and our best 11 on offense.
Just it's really that comes from like the off season. You just gotta stay
Yeah.
working. If you don't work, you're not gonna be in shape. And then like because I do track, so like I shift like between like two different like shapes. Like I get my track shape, my football shape. Like if you try staying in one too long, it's gonna tire you out. Cause like I tried that, freaking gassed me out at a lineman challenge. Really couldn't do nothing.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, I'm glad you guys do that. It seems like you got some great coaches. I think Coach Ferriel, I mean, he's been at TM, so you guys know him first year as a head coach, but he's been there, especially on the D line, right? So you guys know what's expected. So it's great to hear everything I've heard out there. I saw some of your scrimmages, but everything I've heard out there, and there's high expectations for you guys. At least I have high expectations, you know, that we're going to compete for a district title, get into the playoffs, get that first round playoff win this year and go to the second. I know that's something that you guys talk about and think about. Before we go over to the London game, guys, Maddox, I want to go to you. Just talk a little bit about yourself. How did you get involved in football? How long have you been playing it?
Well, I've been playing football since I was like first grade. You know, my dad put me in the little youth sports leagues with pads. Like we had pads on, and I think that's just like he like made me do it. Like, I ain't gonna say he made me do it, but like he kind of made me do it. So
Yeah.
then I've been through football.
Did
My
you
whole
love it when you first got on there? I mean, you
yeah
were
yeah
young. I mean, when you put those pads on, you're tackling somebody. What was that feeling like? You said, "Man, I'm ready to go." And have you been playing ever since?
yeah. I've been playing ever since that that year. So yeah.
Wow. And is it like have you been playing there for Tolosa Midway or did you play somewhere else and then move into TM?
No, I've been TM since kindergarten. So yeah, I've been around in the area
You're a
forever.
warrior. You're a
I,
warrior, true and
I
true.
love
You're a warrior. There you
I
go.
love
All
it.
right. Yes, sir. Shawn, I'd ask you the same thing, man. You know, what got you involved in football? I mean, you talk about playing track. I mean, you run track, so you know you do more than football. But what else? What got you into football, and at what age did you start playing?
Well, I started playing football in seventh grade because like my uncles, my dad, they all played. So that made me get into it. But like football, when I first started, I didn't know if I wanted to play really, because like I was on C team, so like I didn't really know if I wanted to play. But like
Wow.
over the years, I actually fell in love with football.
Yeah, and you look at where you're at now, right? Like you're a top guy there. I don't know if you're a captain or not, but I know they talk highly of you there. And so it just goes to show the work that's put in, right? Sometimes you play a sport and it's when you're small and you know you really doesn't catch on. Sometimes you do, but it grows on you. And then you guys, here you are. Are you both seniors?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Wow. Okay. So this is it, man. We got to get it done this year, guys. We got to get it done. We got to win the district title this year. We got to get into the playoffs. And so here, look, here we're going to give you as much. We're going to talk about you guys as much as we can, promote the football program. I think TM for years has had great athletes, even before you guys were like probably middle school and high school. And back when I went to school, TM's always had great athletes. So when coach allowed me to come in and do the podcast and be able to talk about the programs out there, we're going to put you guys out as much as we can to show the surrounding areas the talent that Toloso Midway has. Guys, before I let you go, I want to get both of your thoughts. You got an upcoming game here. You're traveling now, first game on the road here, regular season. You're going to London. London coming off a huge loss to Refugio. So those boys are going to be hungry for a W. We're coming in 2-0. Maddox, what do you got to do? You're going to be coming back here on the defensive side. Offense scores points, defense wins championships, man. If we don't have a good defense, we ain't going very far. That's the reality of football, man. So you guys are it there for the defense. What do you got to do, Maddox? What do you feel you guys got to do defensively to stop London? Because they got some size out there and they got athletes. They're going to come in hungry. What do you guys got to do to win the game Friday?
I feel like everybody just has to stay true to their assignments and just know what we're running. You know, when we call our defensive calls, we just got to stay focused on the game itself and stop the spread. So.
Yeah, there we go. And that's going to hit on you guys. That's secondary safeties and corners. You're going to have your work cut out for yourself. Shawn, I'd ask you the same thing. You know, you talked a little bit about what you guys got to do. Some of the stuff y'all got to correct that you've seen that you guys aren't doing in week 1 and 2. But here we go. You guys got to travel to London. And even though they got a loss, there's some athletes over there. Your thoughts on what you got to do to go 3-0?
Like what Maddox said, stop the pass. Just gotta stop the pass. Put them in the run. It's what they're not good at.
Make them one-dimensional. Yeah.
There you go. I mean, that's great. And like I said, I haven't been able to go out to a game yet. I'm hoping to get to 1 or 2 during the district when you guys play there at home. But I got to say, you guys are off to a great start, 2-0. You're scoring a lot of points offensively. The defense, I know there's some new faces there, but I think with Coach Buriel, Coach Bella, and all those assistants out there, we're going to continue to get better. And we're going to be playing both ways. And when we get into district, we should be ready to rock and roll. So thank you very much for coming now, spending some time with me here. I can't keep you guys very long because coach is waiting for you guys to either lift weights or practice. I'm not sure what you guys are going to do, but I want to give you guys the final word here. Maddox, I'll go to you first. And before I do that, I want to good luck to you guys. I hope when I get home from a football game and I look up TM because I'm watching the highlights all the time. When I can, I hope I see that we're 3-0. But anything you want to add, Maddox, before we let you go?
No, sir. Just thank you for having us.
Absolutely, and thank you for coming out. And those other players, your teammates, if they get kind of, if coach picks them and they I don't want to go, tell them, man, he's really harmless. He's going to ask you a few questions. Nothing big, man. Have them come on because we want players to come on. We want to be able to introduce them to the community of Toloso Midway, but also the surrounding areas for people who don't know our players here at TM. Shawn, I'll give you the final thought too. Anything you want to add, sir?
No, sir. But thank you for having us, though.
Thank you very much. And once again, this will be uploaded this evening, about late this evening on our Gridiron 64 social media platforms. That's Facebook, Twitter. But you can also catch it, guys, on Spotify. And that'll be there late tonight, tomorrow morning. Just search Premier Sports Talk. Look for the GT Sports logo. You guys are episode number 2. And then share it and let everybody know who Shawn Burdick and Maddox Deleon are there for our team defense. Guys, thank you very much. Enjoy practice, and we'll see you guys soon.
Okay.